Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video, and the event that won was my event for the gamers event, just about narrowly. It was like tied for a bit with the building event, the housing event, so I don't know, I'll let this one win, I guess, and we'll do this one. But if you do want the housing event, make sure to vote for it in 2 weeks time, because I really don't want that event to become another hippie/hipster event situation where it just never gets voted again. Now, today we're going to be doing basically what this event is another sequel for the Gamer Games. I say sequel. It's the third one, if you want. Now, I kind of wanted to call this one the prequel. You know, we had the sequel, so I thought we should have a prequel, but I really couldn't make it prequel-esque, so this is just the third, if you will. You can call this one the third in the series, or the finale, if you will, or whatever. You can call it whatever you want. I mean, maybe they'll make a fourth, who knows? So, yeah, this one, I've kind of gone back to the basics. I went heavily on the My Sports episode. I scoured that one through, and I wanted to complete all of the costumes that we got for the champion of whatever the hell it is, the COE, I forget what it's even called now, but the game, the League of Legends parody that they play in the episode, I kind of wanted to add the rest of the costumes that we should get from that, because it was kind of weird that they never added them. And I think the reason why they never added them is like Nelson's character and Bart's character actually have names, whereas the others don't. I couldn't find any names for them, so I had to call them something myself. But yeah, I still think it would be awesome to get those costumes, you know, complete that kind of category, and also get some other new characters in here too. So let's go through this one. So, starting the event, Bart and Milhouse head down to the Noiseland arcade and see that someone has beaten their record on all the arcades. They log online and see that someone has beaten their whole team's record on COE. They ask Milo if he has done it, but he says it wasn't him this time. Bart watches a livestream, VOD, of the gamer and sees that he uses skills he's familiar with, the same he uses. This is, oh no, the person who trained me in my ways of arcade gaming. Howie. I know this is not true, but I wanted to kind of retcon this, almost be like, yeah, that's right, Howie is the one who trained Bart. And he tells Milhouse, Martin, Sophie, and Nelson that they need to take back their COE team wipeout record. So, I know that it's like a League of Legends, it's like an MMO, and I really wanted to have like a speedrunning record. I wanted to capitalize on the dream drama, but I realize it's an MMO, so instead it's a wipeout record. I know that's not great, but let's go with it. So you make Bart, Nelson, Martin, Sophie, if owned. Sophie has a lot of tasks, obviously. You only get to use her if you own her, but they have it. And Milhouse, make them all log online, and this will unlock the event. So obviously you have the 5 gamers, Bart, Nelson, Martin, Sophie, Milhouse here. And they're going to be the primary characters that you need. I think, like, Nelson's quite late of a character to unlock, so I think him and Sophie don't need to be required. I feel like the rest do, though. And then the act currencies, we've got Act 1 currency will be broken keyboards, Act 2 will be chocolate, Act 3 will be nunchucks, and Act 4 will be loose change or loose quarters. So let's get into this event. So, in the store, boom, that's right. In the store for Act 1, we have ham with Cud Radio for 150 donuts. My man Ham. I mean, I thought, what super friends should we add? Which super friend? We've always got a super friend in these updates. And I thought, we got to have Ham. But don't worry, I've not forgot about my boy Email too. But Ham, he's my main man. I want Ham the most. And I think the best building for him to come with is Cud Radio, because he's called Ham because of his obsession with ham radio, I think, or ham radios. So I figured, why not have him come with a radio station? So he comes with Cud Radio, and yeah, his excuse was he was on, I don't know. I know that they've completely abandoned the whole, like, buildings that people were in when, like, the town exploded thing. But, like, I always like to think of what the excuse is for why they're in this building. Like, some of them make sense, like Milhouse is in his house, Kirk is in his apartment. for Ham, he was on work. He was doing, like a work experience. He was doing some work experience at Good Radio. Anyway, the team log on and try to beat their team wipeout record, but they fail horribly. Bart tells the others that they need to come together as a team. He says they may just need a leader. Bart wants to be it, Nelson wants to be it, and they fight, but Homer comes in and says that he will manage the team instead, like he did before. He says that they need to get back into the swing of things, and he says he's signed them up for another battle in South Korea. Make Bart, Milhouse, Nelson, Sophie, and Martin pack their things, and make Homer arrange the competition. And then you earn so many broken keyboards, and then you unlock the courtyard by DMZ, which is right here. So this is the building that the guys stayed at when they went to South Korea to battle in their gaming competition. Weird that they never had added this one, but there you have it. Homer tells the group they must defeat the Ogdenvillians before they can battle the current champion. Nelson does some threatening. Bart tells them that they suck. And Martin tries to be friendly, but resorts to telling him that he's going to smoke their asses. So you make Bart, Milhouse, Nelson, Sophie, Martin battle Ogdenvillians, and make Homer cheer on the team. And then you earn so many broken keyboards, and you unlock the COE, Conflict of Enemies. That's what it's called. Conflict of Enemies, Ogdenvillians Stand. Bart and his team beat the Ogdenvillians and go onto the semi-finales against the Brazil team. They begin to battle, but they have a hard time. Ronaldo, that's right, I'm bringing him back, and his team begin smoking Bart and his team. Martin goes down, Milhouse gets swamped, and Bart can't push to destroy their gem thingy-majingy. So Homer says he has a plan. Make Homer pull the plug on the Brazilian team's computers. Make Bart, Milhouse, Nelson, Sophie, Martin fight to their last breaths. And earn so many broken keyboards, and you unlock the Conflict of Enemies power box, which is right here. Or the Conflict of Enemy Arena power box, you can call it whatever. But basically it's just this power box. I know it's not that interesting of a decoration. I needed something to fill in, and this was the only one I could really come up with, so there you have it. I didn't want another one of those gem diamond thingies, because we already got one in the game, so I figured why not just throw in this little power box. To be fair, I think it'd be nice to have like just another little sort of miscellaneous machinery thing to place in the town, but I know it's not a great prize. I understand that one. Bart and his team beat the Ogdenvillians and go to the semi-finale. Oh wait, I've already done that. So they beat the Brazilians by default, and Ronaldo is very sad. Bart though is very happy, and now has gone to the finales. A finale against Howie and his secret team. However, he tells Martin he needs to increase his skills. He's currently still a liability for the team, so you make Bart teach Martin, make Martin learn from Bart, make Homer arrange the finale battle, earn so many broken keyboards, and you unlock Brute Martin as a costume. So I've just called it Brute Martin. I think that's probably the best thing to call him. I guess you could call him Orc or Troll, whatever that's meant. I think it's an Orc. But you could call it that. But I just think Brute Martin is better, so there you go. They beat so now Martin has upgraded. The team go to battle Howie and his secret team, which consists of Ham, Email, Freddy, and Richard. Bart and his team try their hardest, but Howie and his team defeat Bart and his team. Milhouse gets particularly brutalized as he watches his Puppy Goo Goo character get ripped in two. So you make Milhouse watch his character get ripped in two, make Bart, Martin, Nelson, Sophie get defeated, make Homer be disappointed in the team, and you earn so many broken keyboards, and you unlock Puppy Goo Goo Milhouse. So, yeah, I know I've thrown in two costumes. This is not unrealistic. They've done this before. In the last Game of Games update, for example, we got both Wench Milhouse and Cleric Marge. So it's entirely possible that they can add two costumes in a prize track or a costume and a character in a prize track. The only thing that wouldn't happen is two characters in a prize track unless they are a returning character. But we have got two costumes in a prize track before, so this is entirely plausible and possible. And yeah, why not straight off the bat just get both Brute Martin and Puppy Goo Goo Milhouse? Now I know that's like, okay, you'll see something where a lot of the kind of characters, so all of Howie's team, apart from Howie himself, are in the store. And I realize that this is like not great because this was one of the biggest issues with the last Game of Games. But I've tried to make the prize tracks worth it. And like part of it is like this: you're getting two costumes. Like you're not just getting one, you're getting two. So I feel like that kind of makes it worth missing out in a character missing out on a character. Anyway, Act 2 comes along, and the store, we have email with Winner's Pizza for 150 donuts. Now, I know that Winner's Pizza was for the other, that sport thingy, but I don't know, it's Winner's Pizza for, if you win something, so I figured why not email come with that. He's one of Howie's team members, so he should come with that, and yeah, he's getting the victory. That's where they're eating their victory pizza. So, Bart wants a rematch as Martin has found some changes in the game code that gave them an advantage. Oh, I completely abandoned this. Oh well. I guess that's there, but it's a plot point that never gets followed up on. Homer, though, tells them not yet. They need to earn their rematch by beating them at other games first. Bart tells everyone to head to the arcade, but Homer says no! He's got Frink. We need to go to the land of chocolate. Also, Martin, you're sitting this one out. So, yeah, Homer's like, I'm taking over. I know the land of chocolate. So, Martin, you're out. You're out the team. Make Homer, Bart, Sophie, Milhouse, Nelson travel to the land of chocolate, and you earn chocolate, so many chocolate, and you unlock the Fudgetown sign. That's right, we're doing the Simpsons game, Land of Chocolate. So this is in the Simpsons game, but again, it's plausible. EA own the rights to the Simpsons game, and we've already got characters from the Simpsons game. For example, we got Mr. Dirt, which was a completely Simpsons game exclusive thingy-majingy. The White Chocolate Rabbit taunts them all, and Homer tells Bart they need to beat Howie and his team's speedrunning record. Quick, head for the first checkpoint, the Marge Fountain. Make Bart, Homer, Sophie, Milhouse, Nelson fight chocolate minions, earn so much chocolate, and you unlock the Marge Chocolate Fountain, which is right here. Very nice. The White Rabbit says that they will never beat Howie's record. He was already at the Marge Fountain by this point. Homer tells Bart he has a plan. Just stay back. So you make Homer turn into a ball, make Bart, Milhouse, Nelson, and Sophie watch in delight, and you earn so much chocolate, and you unlock the giant chocolate rabbit head, and also a new animation for Homer, which you can just about see there. So you unlock this big giant rabbit head thingy that you can put in your town, and you also unlock a new animation for Homer, which will be the same thing that he does in the Simpsons game, but now he'll do it in Tapped Out, which is pretty cool. So this will just be a task where he just rolls around in a giant big ball thingy. The White Chocolate Rabbit beats up Homer and leaves him winded and unable to continue to fight. He tells the others they must fight on, storm the giant chocolate cake, and defeat the White Chocolate Rabbit. Just make sure to save an ear for me, because Homer wants to eat the thing's ear. Bart tells his dad he will. Bart storms the cake with the others, and the White Chocolate Rabbit begins to attack. Make Bart, Milhouse, Nelson, and Sophie battle the White Chocolate Rabbit, and make Homer watch the battle from below, and earn chocolate, and you unlock the giant chocolate cake. So this is the thing where you have the final boss battle in the game, or one of the final boss battles with the rabbit. So this giant cake, I want this to be a building, and I want it to be huge. So I do want it to be like a massive kind of aspirational building, I say aspirational. I want it to be just a big building, and yes, it will be a building. So you got all the little ladders on it and stuff. I mean, because this is kind of like I think there's an excuse for it being a building. I don't know. It's such like a grand location in the Simpsons game. I figured, why not? There is so much other stuff in this game they could add. Like you have the marshmallow trees, you can see there. There's different buildings. There's like a different pathways. There's a few other things. I've just tried to pick like cool things from the thing. I know the Fudgetown sign's not great, but I kind of wanted a sign just to start it off. So I went with that. I think the Marge Fountain's really cool. I think this would be awesome to get as well. And I think the cake's great too. So I think the cake would be a cool building. The White Rabbit defeats Milhouse, then Nelson, then Sophie, just leaving Bart left. The rabbit tells Bart he only has 30 seconds left to beat Howie's record, and he's never going to do it. But suddenly, Homer eats the bottom of the cake. The cake topples over, and the White Rabbit falls to his defeat. I know this is also going to have to be illustrated through text, but whatever. Make Homer eat the giant chocolate cake, make Bart say a cheesy one-liner, make Milhouse, Nelson, and Sophie celebrate, and you earn so much chocolate, and you unlock the White Chocolate Rabbit as a full playable character. Yeah, I don't know. I figured it'd be awesome to get into this game. I think Uta did something similar in an event idea, but bear in mind, I've said this to Uta when he first did it, but I had this made months ago, okay? So I did it first. Anyway, we're going to Act 3. Boom! Act 3, The Land of Forevermore with Freddy for 150 donuts. Now, Okay. I know this one's not likely because Freddy is such a know-nothing character that they probably wouldn't do this. But I wanted to assemble Howie's team, and I figured we have to have both Email and Ham because we want to add the Super Friends. And then I figured we have to have Richard, and I was gonna go with Jaffe as the fourth option, but Jaffe's so boring, man. My man Freddy is more interesting, so I went with Freddy. So we're doing Freddy instead of Jaffe. Screw you, Jaffe. So we've got the Land of Forevermore with Freddy for 150 donuts, which is just a bookstore. You know, Freddy was seen in the library one time, as you can see here, so I figured he might like books. That's all I've got to go off, so that's the entire quest line that I've made for Freddy. But I'm going down the angle. I don't know if you guys remember. Maybe you're too young to remember, but at least when I was a young lad, there used to be these books you could buy that would teach you cheat codes for different games, and I'm kind of gonna go down that angle because obviously arcades are pretty old anyway. So I figure if we're having arcades or they're old fashioned, I guess. If we're having arcades, I figured we could have cheat menus, as well. So Bart asks if they can rematch Howie and his team yet, but Homer says that they really should beat Howie at one more game. One more game he has a speedrunning record on is Dash Dingo. Homer says they should try beat his speedrunning record on that first, and Bart and his team are ready. So I was meant to say ready to jump right into it. But Homer says no, they need to learn from one of the bests, Lisa. Make Lisa teach Bart and his team to play Dash Dingo. Make Bart, Milhouse, Nelson, Sophie, and Homer learn from Lisa, earn some nunchucks, and you unlock the glowing barrel. And again, I know someone else has done this recently in the Discord. I didn't steal this, okay? Just to be frank, I did not steal this one, okay? I had this planned literally months ago. But you get the glowing barrel. It's just the nature of doing ideas, I guess. And plus, there's literally nothing you can add for Dash Dingle. I mean, I scoured this so much to get content. But you unlock the glowing barrel, which is pretty cool. Lisa says to their team that their team is good, but Milhouse is lagging them behind a little bit. Homer tells Milhouse he's off the team. Lisa tells the group that there are a lot of secret locations where the Australian ninjas are, and she needs to tell them. Sophie is jealous. She wants to be the token girl gamer, so you make Sophie try to sabotage Lisa, make Lisa dodge Sophie's tricks, make Bart, Nelson, Homer learn secret attack points, and you earn some nunchucks, and you unlock the Australian ninjas. These will just be NPCs, like a crowd, basically. They'll be beating they'll just be standing there with their nunchucks, and maybe when you tap them, they go, ah, yeah, on the ground. Lisa tells Sophie that they can both be girl gamers. Sophie is not on board at first, but Lisa tells her that she earned a voucher for her speedrunning record and is happy to let her spend it. Sophie tries to buy a new violin, but is told by the wise guy it's only valid in one place. Makes Sophie... I spelled Sophie wrong a few times. Make Sophie look for a valid store to spend the voucher. Make Lisa help Sophie spend the look for a valid store. Make Bart, Nelson, and Homer practice Dash Dingo. You earn some nunchucks, and you unlock Dingo Junction, which is where the voucher is valid. Because she beat, Dingo Junction. Sophie and Lisa buy some clothes and bond, but Sophie says, I don't know how I spell Sophie wrong in the same sentence. I'm thinking of Sophia, that's the issue. I've got a friend called Sophia, so I'm always writing Sophia. But Sophie says she'd rather have a violin, but these clothes are pretty cool. Lisa checks up on Homer, Nelson, and Bart, who stayed up all night practicing the game, and now are ready to take on the challenge. Lisa says, perfect. They begin playing and work together, but Lisa says they are approaching the last temple. So you make Lisa hold her breath, make Nelson, Bart, and Sophie and Homer storm the temple, earn nunchucks, and you unlock the Dingo Temple, which is right here. So I actually think they should make this into a proper building. So you get the little temple doors, and then open it up a little bit, and then maybe there's a few other little sort of stone structures that look a little bit like this. I kind of want it to be almost like a building like that ancient multiplayer game building that we got for Bart. I kind of want it to be a bit like that. So it's almost like... it's on a platform, and then you have the little temple doors that then have a little stair. So that there's the little temple doors, and there's the staircase that lead up to the temple doors. And then on there, there's a few things. Obviously, the glowing barrel can't be on there, but yeah, I don't know. I figured they can make a pretty cool building out of that. Bart gets overpowered by nunchuck ninjas. Nelson falls down into a ditch. Sophie accidentally pulled out her keyboard. Lisa takes on some of the ninjas and tells Homer to get to the finish point, but Homer doesn't make the jump. Lisa is about to die and says sorry, but Bart reminds her to activate her didgeridoo to help kill the ninjas. So you make Lisa activate the didgeridoo, make Bart, Homer, Nelson, Sophie die on Dash Dingo, and then you unlock didgeridoo as a full playable character. So this is like the antagonist to Dash Dingo, I think. Now I know it's meant to be like, I think like Steve Irwin or something like that. I don't know if it's meant to be Steve Irwin, but like it's meant to be like an just a typical Australian dude. And I know it's meant to be similar to the thing on Crash Bandicoot, the little Hawaiian mask thing that follows you around. But I didn't realize, because I swear the little Hawaiian mask thing on I forget its name, on Crash Bandicoot is like an ally, right? Because I remember playing Crash Bandicoot, like that used to like when you hit like an enemy, if you had him on, he would like take the hit for you. And so that's what I kind of did here. But then in the Dash Dingo little skit, he's almost like an enemy. He kind of like mocks him. But then maybe like he's mocking him. I don't know. Like maybe he's mocking him for like a good reason. He was trying to. Maybe he's like an anti-hero. I don't even know. So I tried writing him as both, but there's not really much to go on. Also, didgeridoo is not his name. It's the name I've ascribed to him because he says like, "Oh, Dingo, you're gonna be a deep didgeridoo." I can't do Australian accent, but like, so there's no name for him. But they named Knifey Spoony just because he pulled out a spoon instead of a knife. Like, so I don't know. I'm gonna call this guy didgeridoo. I don't care. I could just call him Dingo Help Person Head, but I don't want to just call him that, like Australian floating head. That's kind of boring. So just call him didgeridoo. Why not? Anyway, we got the Gills deal, which I didn't put at the start. I put here because technically they normally do Gills deals at the 3rd or 4th act. So we're going to get the Math Magician with Burger Plate for 200 donuts. Want boring birthday parties? Buy the Math Magician. Now, the Math Magician is a bit of an odd character to add, but so was Huge Ass. Like, Huge Ass was kind of... I think this one makes more sense than Huge Ass, at least, because I think you could maybe go for, like, in the quest line. Basically, the quest line for him is that he's, like, down in the dumps because he's a really shitty children's entertainer, and he's not even that great at maths. And I thought the quest line could kind of be, like, almost around, like, him trying his best to, like, get new gigs in the Burger Plate. So he's, like, going up to families being like, "Oh, you've got a party. Are you having, like, a party back at home? I can come, I can come do some math magic to entertain your kid back at home." And then people being like, that's weird, please go away. So I figured you could tie this into the gaming stuff. So you could have, like, Sophie and Milhouse and Martin and Nelson and Bart all celebrating, like, one of their gaming successes. And the Math Magician comes in and is like, "Hey, do you want some, do you want me to do some Math Magician for some magic maths for your party?" And they're like, "No, go away." So you could tie it in at least, because the Huge Ass one was completely, like, disconnected. And I did think about adding the other dude, the Jojo, whatever his name is, but just so, like, it's consistent. Like, we got one in the second one, and we'll get one in the third one. We got Huge Ass in second one. We'll get Jojo thingy in this one. But I don't know, the Math Magician, I just couldn't pass on it, so we're doing him, and he comes with Burger Plate. And then Act 4 comes along, and we got Zers with Richard for 150 donuts. So credit to Spring King for this. Apparently, I don't know if it was referenced. This place was referenced, as well as Richard, I think, in the same quest line, I think. So he was speculating that Richard would come with this. And I figured, why not? I mean, it doesn't really, he could come with anything, really. I wouldn't really complain too much, unless it was something stupid like a financial office. But he could come with any sort of restaurant or, somewhere where realistically a kid would go. Anyway, now that they've beaten the speedrunning record for Dash Dingo, they are all ready to... So yeah, he's coming with that for 150 donuts. Anyway, when they've beaten the record for Dash Dingo, they are all ready for the rematch with Howie on Conflict of Enemies. Marge is very happy that Homer is spending time with the kids, and is interested in the game. Homer, Lisa, and Bart refuse to show her, so Marge asks Sophie. Sophie shows her how to play. So you make Marge play Sophie's character, make Sophie teach Marge how to play, if you own her again. Make Homer, Lisa, Nelson, and Bart practice. You earn loose quarters or loose change, and you unlock Enchantress. How do you say that? Enchantress. I can't say it properly. Enchantress. I can't. No, it's a word I can't say. Okay, I can Enchantress. I can't say it together though. I'll just stumble. But anyway, get Sophie Krustoscoffi with that costume. Yeah. So again, I know realistically they never add two characters in the same questline, but they have added a returning character in a questline before, and that would be the Real Moms of Springfield, where they added returning characters in the questline. So I figured, why not add Sophie to the questline, so free players or players who haven't got her can get her, but also players who already have her get the costume, and obviously old players also get the costume as well. I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, both players get her, but the newer players get a character and a costume, and older players, they just get a costume, so they're still winning something. Marge joins in with Lisa, Bart, Nelson, and Homer playing and absolutely kicks ass on Conflict of Enemies. Homer looks at Sophie and tells her she's off the team. Marge is taking over her character, like he took over Martin's, and Lisa took over Milhouse's. Nelson says he better not be replaced by Maggie, and Marge says it's unlikely, as Maggie can only play Funtendo games. Maggie, though, sucks. She's up for the challenge. Make Maggie try play Conflict of Enemies. Make Marge try get Maggie's attention with the Funtendo. Make Nelson get worried about his position. You earn some loose change, and you unlock the Funtendo Z stand, which is just here. Bart and the family... Maggie proves to be pretty amazing at the game, and Nelson quits over embarrassment. Homer says they will have to defeat Howie as a family together. That's right. Homer asks if they are going to South Korea again, but Flanders tells Homer that he managed to secure the rights to hold the games at his new place for gamers. So you make Marge, Maggie, Homer, Lisa, and Bart prepare and make Flanders start the games. You earn some loose change, and then you unlock cross games. So this is going to be a semi-exclusive building. Basically, I know it's like in a building, but I kind of thought it'd be cool if they could make it like a market stall. So basically, you have like a big sign that says like X Games, like on two posts, and then you have like all these little stands in like a row, and then you can put like a road through it. Or maybe actually, because the cross on the bottom, I didn't even see this, but this is a cross right here on the bottom. Actually, nah, screw it. We have to abandon the cross, but yeah, basically it'll be like a little market stall. So you'll have this thing like here, and then you'll have this thing like here, and then maybe like this thing here next to it, and then this thing at the end, this kind of big thing at the end, and then a big sign that says cross games. Yeah, why not? Like almost like a market stall. So it will be a building as well, because it's a place where business is. So why not? But yeah, I needed a building for this quest line, so I figured why not make that into a building instead of just adding these individual little stalls. Bart and the family go against Howie and his team at his tent. Marge goes down, Richard goes down, Homer goes down, Freddy goes down, Maggie goes down, Ham goes down, Lisa goes down by email killing her, and Bart avenges his sister by killing Email's character, just leaving him and Howie. Howie goes for a triple twirl attack, but Bart knew that and slaughters Howie's character. No! This isn't over, Simpson. I propose a one-on-one. Make Bart, Marge, Lisa, Maggie, and Homer celebrate. You earn some loose change, and you unlock the Nuke Arcade. I know that Howie played on the little Boxing Man arcade, but the Nuke Arcade's been in the Quickie Mart for so long. I really wanted this arcade, and I figured why not have this be the final thing. I think the boxing thing is technically in the game already because it's in the little arcade interior thing we've got. Bart agrees to the one-on-one on Conflict of Enemies, but Howie says no. you need to beat my highest score on Nuke in the Quickie Mart to prove you are the better gamer. The hardest of all the games. You know, like, it's going to be like a game that's really hard. So Bart tries. Everyone cheers him on. And Bart is able to beat Howie's high score. I know it's like really, really underwhelming, this, but I didn't know how to make it more entertaining. Basically, it's tense. You know, there's some tense things. People saying, oh no, oh yes, oh no. And then Bart defeats Howie's high score. Howie bows his head and admits that Bart is the better gamer. So you make Bart type out his name in the high score bar. Make Apu capitalise on the competition, because obviously the Nuke thing's in the Quickie Mart. And make Homer be proud of his son, and you earn some loose change, and you unlock Howie as a full, playable character. The fact that Howie wasn't the mysterious gamer in the second is actually a travesty, because he's like the ultimate gamer kid. He's just like, he's absolutely beast at the arcade. He's just standing there casually playing, and Homer learns all of his moves from Howie. So yeah, I don't know, I figured Howie would be a good character to kind of center this event around, and yeah, I think it works. And then you have Richard in there as well. I didn't want to make Richard the main character because it doesn't make sense. I think Howie makes enough sense because he was an arcade king. And in the epilogue, Bart thanks his family for helping him regain his championship, but he really shouldn't have abandoned his team. So you make Bart try to build back bridges and make Martin, Milhouse, Sophie, and Nelson reunite the team, and that ends the event. So we've got some tasks. So for Ham, we've got catch Pokemon for 60 minutes. So this will be him on his phone, and then he'll have like a literal Pokemon ball basically spawn out of his phone and catch one of the Pokemon. Argue his Super Friends leadership case for 4 hours. You know, he wants to be the leader of the Super Friends. He feels that Database is taking on too much of a leadership role, and he's a bit mad about this. Hunt for new Pokemon locations for 8 hours. Fix up a radio for 12 hours. So this will be outside the CUD radio, and he'll just be like fixing up a radio basically with a screwdriver. And then try start up Super Friend radio for 24 hours. That will be the CUD radio. For email, we've got trip over out of habit. So this will be him outside of the pizza place, the Winner's Pizza, and he'll have like a pizza in his hands, and he'll like look behind him like he's seeing a bully, and he'll trip over. Basically, in his quest line, I kind of want to have this idea that he's almost got like PTSD from bullies. He just, like, every time he hears something, he thinks there's a bully behind him. But he'll trip over, and the pizza will go on the floor, and then he'll basically just put it back in the box with like where it's got like, it'll have like little hairs and stuff on it, and he'll just put it back in the box and pretend like it didn't happen, and then carry on walking, and then repeat the animation. Avoid bullies for 4 hours, so this will just be him in the Winner's Pizza place, or maybe maybe in the school. That'll be him in the school. Game all night for 8 hours. That will be in the could be anywhere really. Search for comments for 12 hours. Brown House, I guess. Search for comments for 12 hours. So this will be him outside Winner's Pizza, and he'll have his little telescope, and he'll just be searching for comments, asteroids. He'll be searching for asteroids for 12 hours. And browse science forums for 24 hours. This will just be in the library, I guess. Or the Java server. That building's not used very much, is it? I swear it hasn't been used in a while. Yeah, he'll be in the Java server, whatever it's called. For Brute Martin, we've got revive himself for 60 minutes. So this will be him, like on the floor, like you can see here, and he'll be like pushing himself up, like reviving himself. Increase strength for 4 hours. This could just be anywhere, one of the arena, I guess. Try out new weapons for 8 hours. Again, I don't know where this could be anywhere really. Fight rival brutes for 12 hours. So this will be him just beating up this big brute thing here. It will just be him punching it. And then hunt bullies on the game for 24 hours. This could be the Brown House, I guess. I feel like all of these are gonna have to be the Brown House. So for Puppy Goo Millhouse, we have got get beaten up for 60 minutes. So this will be this little troll thing jumping up and down on Puppy Goo Millhouse's head. Get mistaken for a girl gamer for 4 hours. I thought this would be a kind of funny little plot point, because he does look like a misogynistic gamer bro. Like would mistake this for a gamer girl. All right, that's me channeling my inner gamer bro mentality. All right, I would mistake this for if I was a hypothetical gamer bro, I would mistake this for a girl gamer character. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Retrain as a support for 8 hours. You know, he's not very good as an attack or as like a primary attacker. He should be a support, so he's retraining. And I guess that will be in Millhouse's house. Fire tridents for 12 hours. Tridents for 12 hours. So this will be him just throwing these little trident things. Just throwing them out. And then show Puppy Goo Goo his character for 24 hours. That'll be in the Millhouse's house. For the White Chocolate Rabbit, we've got taunt players for 60 minutes, so this will be him basically just twerking. Look for something non-chocolate to eat for 4 hours. This will be at the Quickie Mart. Defend the Land of Chocolate for 8 hours. This will be at the Giant Chocolate Cake. Release Chocolate Rabbit minions for 12 hours. So this will be him on top of the chocolate cake animated, and a bunch of little chocolate rabbit minion things will be like just spawning from the chocolate cake from the bottom, and then they'll just sort of fade out as they run out. They'll just kind of fade away, and they'll just keep coming out and out and out. And then hide in the cake for 24 hours. That'll be in the big chocolate cake. For Freddy, we got read game guides for 60 minutes. So this will be him sat on a bench reading the game guides, and it will just have like on the book. It will just have like COE tips and tricks or something like that, and he'll just be reading that. You like old school. Like now you have YouTube videos. I know that, but like why not? We'll blast from the past. We'll do some old school gamer guides. Give gamers gaming tips for 4 hours. This will be the school, I guess. Write his own COE gaming guide for 8 hours. This will be the library. Protest the closure of the bookstore for 12 hours. So basically, he really loves this bookstore because they sell brilliant gaming guides. And obviously, it was closing in 3 weeks. So he'll be protesting that. Don't close me bookstore. I remember I actually did that like ages ago. There's a library getting closed near where I lived, and I actually went to the protest that was against closing it. And practice for the choir for 24 hours. So yeah, he was in the choir in the very, very first episode. So I figured why not? The very, very first Simpsons episode. So I figured why not have that as a task. For Didgeridoo, we've got Laugh Maniacally. That will just be him laughing. Ha 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 ha. Give Dingo Doubt for 4 hours. That will be with him, with Dash Dingo in the temple. Try clear the temple better than Dingo for 8 hours. That will be in the temple, obviously. Stand guard on the temple. That will be at the temple. It'll be him outside the temple, pretty much just floating above the temple. And then he'll be like, his eyes will be darting left to right. And then he'll see something and he'll just like, he'll go, Didgeridoo, he'll just like start shouting basically. And then revive players for 24 hours. This will be in the temple, I guess. And for the Math Magician, we've got make numbers disappear. So he'll have his little chalkboard. He'll be writing on the chalkboard, and then he'll just like rub it out with his hand. Try get gigs for 4 hours. This will be at Burger Plate. Go back to school for 8 hours. That will be in the elementary. Make burgers disappear for 12 hours. So this will be him. There'll be a little table outside the Burger Plate, and there'll be a burger there, and he'll try and make it disappear. And then he'll pull the cloth, and the burger's still there, and he's like, what? And then he just points in one direction, and then he just starts eating the burger. And then admit he's bad at math for 24 hours. That will be, I guess, the Burger Plate or Brown House or school or whatever. Yeah. For Richard, we have... Okay, so for Richard, I was like, what do I do for Richard? This is, like, really tricky because he's, like, a character that's been around for so long. When you have, like, a 1 episode or 2 episode character, it's pretty easy to hone in on what their tasks are. But someone like Richard is really difficult because the character is just a recurring background character, and so they have been involved in little plot lines here and there, but it's not enough to like to base the entire character's thing on. So I find characters like Richard incredibly difficult to write tasks for. So I figured, why not just hone in on Lewis? So there's going to be a task for Richard, which is beat Lewis's high score. I wanted to keep it within the gaming thing. So there will be a task that will pretty much just be a repeat, sort of Lewis's task, but it will have Richard instead, and it will have like Lewis high score, and then it will be like a little, like 400, and it'll be Richard trying to beat it, doing the little triangle wars, and then it will have, and then he'll see, and then the little screen will say like Lewis, first place Lewis, second place Richard, and then he'll be like, oh damn it, like in disappointment, and then he'll try again, put a quarter in and try again. I know it's like a bit, it sounds kind of lazy, but I don't know, I kind of like that. Like they're such like, they're characters who are like best friends, I guess, or at least it seems that they're best friends, that it would be a nice parallel, I think. So that's at least in my opinion, but I can understand if the criticism that this would be kind of lazy. Eat at the buffet alone for 4 hours. This will be at the buffet. It will be him pretty much just eating alone. Look for a new best friend for 8 hours. This will be the school, I guess. Wait for Lewis to arrive. So basically, he will be dressed in like the suit, as you can see him here. He'll be dressed in a suit, waiting outside Zer's, and he'll be like looking at his watch, like, where the hell's Lewis? So basically, for Richard's questline, I probably should explain this, and then the final one is sleep over with Lewis for 24 hours. So like Lewis's character questline, this is my plan. All right, you ready? I want to hone in on the relationship with Lewis. So basically, it will go like this. Richard asks Lewis, hey, I'm back in Springfield now. Do you want to go, do you want to go eat some buffet together? There's this cool buffet place I've been in for the past like 8 years. Do you want to go to it? And Lewis is like, yeah, sure. So, Richard waits outside for Lewis, and Lewis never arrives. So then Richard is like, he stood me up, the bastard. I'm gonna have to now eat food alone. So then you have the eat at the buffet alone task. And then Lewis is like, he tries to look for Lewis and he can't find Lewis. So he's like, screw it. Screw Lewis. I promised I would never beat his high score on Triangle Wars, but I'm going to do it now. So then he tries to beat Lewis's high score, but he doesn't do that. So he figures, screw this. I'm just looking for a new best friend. And then, he'll look for a new best friend. And then it's revealed that Lewis was trapped in the brown house again. So they have a sleepover together after that in the brown house. So that was my entire thing. I know that was kind of shit. I literally just made that off the top of my head, most of that. But that was my entire thing, okay? That's how Richard's tasks questline is gonna go. And then for Enchantress, Sophie, get Control Sift for 60 minutes. So this is Control Sift. Basically, this little troll thing is shitting on her, or it appears. Block trolls for 4 hours. This will be in the brown house. Look for new attacks for 8 hours. I guess brown house. Fire a healing charge for 12 hours. So this will be her with a little staff, and it will be like, the little charge thing will be coming out of it. And be the best girl gamer for 24 hours. That'll be the brown house. And then finally for Howie, we got beat players with no effort. So this little thing will spawn, I guess, and he'll just be outside of it slurping, and they're like slurping his his soda with one hand, and then like pretty much like not his eyes not even fixated on the game. He'll just be like moving the little gear stick around and beating someone. Make money selling his gaming tips for 4 hours. This will be at the Noiseland Arcade. Beat every arcade high score for 8 hours. Again, Noiseland Arcade. Become Mega Howie. I don't know. Maybe it's just my love for Howie. But Howie basically will like drink some sort of potion, and he'll like increase in size like Mario does when he eats the mushrooms. Or maybe actually he eats like a mushroom and then he just becomes like huge, and he'll just be like walking around Springfield like just massive. I couldn't think of anything, and I figured why not just do like the most ridiculous shit ever. So that's my task for Howie. And be grounded for spending all of his money on arcades for 24 hours. That will be in the brown house, I guess. Or maybe, no, it'll be in the orange house. But that is my Gamer Games free event idea. So I hope, at the very least, you think this is better than the second one. I think it's better than the second one. I think it's better than the first one, personally, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. I realised that like it would be nice to have these characters, like, like email, and it'd be nice to have these characters in the questline, but like, in the prize track even, but I think, I don't know, when I was designing this, it was really it didn't feel right to put them in the prize track, so they ended up going in the store. But I still think there's cool shit in here, like, like we're getting 2 costumes here. We've got, this character, which I think arguably is probably the weakest of the characters, but still, something from The Simpsons Simpsons game, so it's kind of unique in that sense. This one we're getting didgeridoo. I don't know. I think he'd be kind of cool. I think they can make him cool. I feel like Act 2 and 3 are the weakest. But Act 4 comes out there. You get Howie and you get a costume. So, I don't know. I figured this one would be like way better than the second one. Probably better than the first as well. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I designed it, so I'm kind of biased. But that's my event idea anyway. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to head over to the Discord to vote for which one you want to see next. It's going to be a mini event and you have some choices, so pick wisely, choose wisely. And then next week, make sure to vote for the housing event, I guess. I don't want this to become another hipster situation. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.